Data centers will take the lives of 90% of the population. I'm talking about what data centers are already doing to regular people right now. In Georgia, families are fighting eminent domain because power companies are restructuring transmission lines for massive new data centers. People are literally losing homes so these data centers can get enough electricity to operate. Your childhood home means nothing when billion-dollar AI infrastructure shows up. And out west, residents around Lake Tahoe are already being warned that parts of the power grid may not be able to keep up with future demand. Now think about that for 1 second. Americans are being told they could lose reliable power while giant data centers continue expanding nationwide. And these data centers don't just use power. They use unbelievable amounts of water. Billions of gallons in drought-prone states, and now people living near some of these facilities are starting to complain about constant industrial noise, headaches, sleep issues, stress, and health concerns from living beside massive, always running industrial infrastructure. Because that's what these are. It's not the cloud, not some invisible internet. These are industrial facilities consuming enormous amounts of land, water, and electricity, and they're coming to communities all across America. This is the future they're building, and regular people are the ones being pushed out to make room for it.
Pano, PANNO, Union County, New Jersey.
Can I have your address, please?
No.
Well, then, that's against the municipal land use.
123 Blossom Street, Cranford, New Jersey. So, as my time started, okay, there we go. So I first want to note that there was no post on the bulletin of a May 19th meeting. I've been here multiple times this week due to an open request for police body camera footage after a stop I encountered. With that being said, if it could be answered to me, is a redevelopment agreement being used interchangeably here for a master plan? No. Okay. So we have May 15th was the approval. I believe it was 25-004 through CoreWe from the planning board. And I see a 120-day deadline for a redevelopment agreement with a 60-day discretion of the mayor, I guess, extension on top of that. So if we go off of that, this redevelopment agreement that is needed, which once again has not really had much mention, was due by November 11th of 2026. Today's May 19th? Yeah, I think we're past that. The mayor, unfortunately, is not here. I thought she would have attended. So I do have copies for everybody of public record because elected officials' conversation under public record, everybody has the right to know that. And I have received a multitude of messages from her personally with information that directly contradicts all public record. With that being said, for anybody interested that is not a Kenilworth resident of the concerns and how this will affect you. In Roselle, New Jersey, on Chestnut Street, they are upgrading the substation. They're going to be adding 67 kilovolts of power at the very least, with 70-foot poles for natural disasters, lightnings, things we can't control. So in 2022, PSC&G actually put in an incentive program through the state. That was basically that New Jersey just needs to improve their power for no good reason, but apparently we're just not sufficing. We're having too many power outages. I don't know, whatever the excuse was. The issue in that contract is that those funds are getting redistributed to the taxpayer in New Jersey, period. So that will affect you, no matter where you're coming from. And that's being estimated just alone in Roselle at about $200 million. So since nobody will give answers here about how this is going to affect other communities, I guess I had to. Thank you.
Hello, I'm from Union. You're probably not going to respect that. I am your neighbor.
This is a warning about the AI data centers, because if you do not want them, you cannot vote them away anymore. It does not matter what your city council wants, because even if they vote no on allowing a data center to be built or rezoning something, the data centers, or their backers rather, will sue these small towns, into oblivion. These data centers are being backed by the richest people in the world, and they do not care about you. They do not care about the people that live where these data centers are going to be built. They do not care about the environment where these are going to be built. This is capitalism at its most extreme. And it's going to destroy us to feed itself.
Those data centers, man, they really taking people's homes to build these facilities. They use an eminent domain, which is only supposed to be used by the government, These is private entities. That's not even legal. And then they building them right next to schools and stuff. And then one guy, Arkansas in California, said they're gonna need up to 4 million gallons per day. Where are you gonna get that from? Where are you finna get 4 million gallons of water every single day? Something is not right, man. You can just feel it. They building these things so fast. You know that's another agenda. If they getting little mini microchips they could get in their phones, why they need these big old data centers? You can put megabits on a little chip. Something ain't adding up, y'all. Something just ain't adding up.
They don't need a data center the size of a small city to store your ChatGPT queries about how to bake a cookie. You don't need 40,000 acres for that. You need 40,000 acres to build better prediction engines, to store more information on people. They are collecting as much information on you as possible. They already know more about you than you know about yourself. But that is not good enough. They need to be able to predict your next move better than they already can. They are working tirelessly to find the right moment to put that ad on your screen, to recommend you that product when you're scrolling on social media. That is what these data centers are for. Not because you have too many photos stored in the cloud or something. They are looking to make you a better product. They want to become all-knowing beings, omniscient, for the sole purpose of selling you more stuff.
So I do live in the city that will be having a data center developed here in Minnesota, and without doing any proper research or figuring out what the local updates about it is, here's my first thoughts. I was already thinking about moving. There's nothing positive that comes from these things being developed in cities. It's not what I signed up to live here for. It's not what was in my personal plan for my children, for myself. No, absolutely not.
So are we ever going to talk about why all of these giant data centers are popping up all over America overnight, or are we just going to ignore that? Because if you ask me, I don't think it's for the reason they're telling us. I don't think they're building all these AI data centers so you could ask ChatGPT how long to boil water before making pasta. I think that's the cute little story they want us to believe. Because you don't need a data center almost 3 times the size of Manhattan for that. We have lived just fine without AI for thousands of years. And I also think this was locked in and approved before any of us thought we had a voice. So then why does the US have over 5,000 data centers? Maybe it's to gather more information on us. And just think about how they keep the economy struggling on purpose so we become more dependent on them. And these data centers suck up billions of gallons of water a day just for cooling. Almost every town in America is getting a data center. Nothing has ever expanded this quickly in American history without public approval. So yeah, I don't think this is about helping us at all. Something bigger is being built. The question is who it's really for.
Oh, but the data centers are bringing so many jobs. Let me show you the first 5 cars I saw today parked in this lot outside of the Abaddon data center in Reno, Nevada. I took a video of this like literally walking by, so keep in mind these cars are right next to each other, but I did not have time or want to blur out the license plates. We have our first one from Utah, another Utah plate, California, Colorado, and another Colorado. So yeah, sure, it brings jobs, but not for people that live here because they're trying to rush this thing so fast. And just for perspective, here's how close residents are to the Abaddon data center, and there's one just 1,000 feet away they're building to the web. Just want to note again that while this one's just, you know, like 5 megawatts, they're using evaporative cooling in a desert with water. Like, I'm guessing this thing built right here is for runoff water, but where's it going? Like, can we know that? And this trench is not on the other side and surrounding the whole thing, so like, I don't know. It's massive in person. Go check it out. You can take a road trip, go visit that one first, and then visit the web data center currently being built, which uses double the power the Keystone once projected to. Just a booming economy we have over here. And here's a little area map, just in case you don't know how close these things are. It's literally like 1,000 feet. Keep this in mind with our lovely tax abatements in Nevada. These jobs, when these things are done, only have to hire 10 people. This is just brilliant, you know, all around. I'm so glad we're doing this. So glad we're able to hire people from out of state too to do it.
I don't know what's going on, but it's something going on. Data centers are popping up everywhere, and people are furious about this. And the reason why they're furious about this is because it's going to affect a lot of things. And some people feel like they're not telling the full story. They're saying it's for AI. And some believe it's going to be for extra surveillance to spy on the American people. A lot of people believe that. So it's just getting strange day by day. And I don't put it past nobody. That's just what I believe. Yeah, they're going to say, you got nothing to worry about. And then as soon as they install these data centers, it's going to be more of a problem than you thought. It's just like something is going on. And then everything is always a way to just increase your bills. Everything is going up but your pay. And then some electricity companies, they're going to just shut off your electricity and sell your electricity to the data centers. Now they could probably charge you more. And that's why a lot of people are getting tired of hearing about AI. People are starting to lose hope about this. And AI is not perfect. So it's like they're trying to force this upon us without our permission. Just trying to control us by default. That's what a lot of people believe. But it's like, you can't put nothing past nothing in these days we living in now. So it's like, it's terrifying. It's like one thing after another. Who wants to live next to a data center? Nobody. And then it's like, I'm hearing that more and more data centers are going to show up. And the United States have way more data centers than China. So if they're going to have a lot of data centers, who knows what they're going to do? I don't know. So it's like, can you really believe what they're saying they're going to use it for? You never know. That's what I think. And that's what the people think. So everybody has a right to their opinion, but I don't think it's going to be used for some good. I don't know. What y'all think about these data centers? It's like they just popping up too fast. It feels rushed. So it got to be part of some plan. And then as you can see, people didn't vote for this. I thought you're supposed to get the voice of the people. So it's like they doing things without getting the people's voice. It's like your voice don't matter no more. And that's the terrifying part. So what else will go on without you having to say so? They make their own rules. So, I don't know. And I can see why people panicking. And people are just furious about this. People are losing jobs too to AI. How do you think those people feel? And AI can't just be replaced with everything. Sometimes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because if you replace AI with everything, this whole country is going to collapse more than you think. Because AI is not always right. Computers mess up all the time. I know humans can mess up, but once a computer messes up, they need a human to come fix it. So at the end of the day, this is what the people don't want. Let me know how y'all feel about these data centers. Let me know if y'all there for them, or let me know if y'all don't care too much for them. I want y'all opinion in the comments. And that's my take on this situation. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace. It's getting out of hand.